is a deep blue, almost like dark hair. It looks as if there's a huge waterfall beneath the sea. The water seems to flow down from a great height. However, there isn't actually a waterfall underwater. It's entirely due to an optical illusion. We live in a world beyond imagination, especially those breathtaking landscapes sculpted by nature's hand. Sometimes it even makes one doubt the reality of the world. It feels as if it were meticulously designed. Volcanoes burning with blue flames, to lakes of molten lava bubbling with heat, to bridges formed by tree roots. In this episode, Mingxin will bring you 15 of the most incredible places in the world. And these places, you might be visiting for the first time. If you are new here, welcome to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, so you can watch more exciting content right away. Alright. Then our story begins now. Number 15. Geyser Lake. In the Russian region of Altai, there is a very special little lake. The lake is about the size of a basketball court. The bottom of the lake has circular patterns. These are formed by the activity of the geysers. Bubbles and mud periodically emerge from the patterns. The color of the lake is primarily blue and green. The blue comes from the alkaline substances in the lake water. These algae reflect green light. So when the algae increase in number, the lake water appears greener. The formation of the lake is related to geology and nearby volcanoes. Volcanic activity has created rich geothermal resources underground. These hot fluids rise through cracks in the crust. The underground water mixes, over time, forming today's unique environment. Number 14. The Well of Thor. The Well of Thor is a natural wonder located on the coast of Oregon, USA. On the surface, it looks like a giant, circular well opening. However, it is actually a sea cave. The depth of the cave entrance is about 6 to 7 meters. When the tide comes in, the seawater gets pushed into the bottom of the cave. Then it exits from the cave mouth, creating a spring-like effect. This effect is most pronounced, especially during high tide or rough seas. The seawater will gush out like a spring, and then quickly flow back into the cave. The best time to observe the Thor's well is during high tide, because the water flow and effects are the most spectacular. But it is important to note that being close to Thor's well at this time can be very dangerous, because the water flow is swift, and the huge waves could sweep a person into the cave. Therefore, it is necessary to keep a safe distance to watch. 13th place. The Lava Lake in Ethiopia. In the Danakil Depression of Ethiopia, there is an extremely spectacular natural wonder, a lava lake. It is located in the crater of the Erta Ale volcano. There are a total of 3 lava lakes, located in the north and southeast. The molten lake in the north appears more active. This molten lake remains in a state of activity year-round. It constantly moves like the flow of water in a pond. It keeps on shifting. The surface of the lake often has molten material rolling and splashing. It resembles a giant cauldron. A large amount of black smoke billows out. It looks very spectacular. The lava in the lake is primarily basalt. This type of lava flows easily. It can spread quickly. The surface of the lake shows bright red and orange, especially at night. The visual effect is even more stunning. The surface of the lake does not solidify. The molten layer forms cracks that are quickly filled in, like boiling water. However, at the Danakil Depression, what will shock you is not just the molten lake. There is also a very special corner that will make you feel like you are on another planet. It is the Danakil volcano. 12th place. Danakil volcano. Danakil volcano is located in the Danakil Depression of Ethiopia, and is a very unique natural landscape. It is known for its rich and colorful geothermal activity and peculiar geological phenomena. At the same time, this area is also one of the hottest and lowest places on Earth. It is situated 125 meters below sea level. During the summer, the temperature here can reach over 50 degrees. One could say, it's a very extreme existence. The most notable feature of the Dalo volcano is the geothermal activity here. The hydrothermal fluids from the volcano are rich in various alkalis, such as sulfur, salts, and iron compounds. These substances sink to the surface. It forms a bright yellow, orange, green, and white multicolored layer. decorating the surroundings into a vivid scene. In addition to the colorful sediment, the Daruyu volcano has many acidic pools and hot springs. These pools usually display bright green or yellow water, containing a large amount of sulfuric acid and other acidic substances. The pool water has a very high acidity and temperature. It often steams. At the same time, countless small springs bubble up from the depths. The water flows and churns continuously. It gives a sense of thriving. It feels as if one is in an alien world. Eleventh place. Great Prism Hot Spring. Yaomin-gri Matic Spring Prism Hot Spring. The diameter of this hot spring is about 100 meters. With a depth of around 50 meters, it is the largest hot spring in the park, and the third largest hot spring in the world. Its most distinctive feature is the color. The temperature of the deep blue water in the center of the spring remains above 85 degrees year-round, expanding outward. The colors are green, yellow, orange, and red. These colors are formed by different types of microorganisms growing at different temperatures. The formation of the Grand Prismatic Spring is due to underground magma activity heating the groundwater. Hot water rises to the surface through cracks in the crust, creating this spectacular spring. As the hot water rises, the substances in the water precipitate in the hot spring. This forms a rich and colorful layer of substances. These layers provide nutrients for microorganisms. Together, they create the beautiful patterns of the Grand Prismatic Spring. Rank 10. I Lake. I Lake. It is located in the town of Pakistan, Croatia. The lake's maximum depth reaches 100 meters. The name I Lake comes from its appearance. From an aerial view, the shape of the lake resembles a giant eye. The turquoise water sparkles in the sunlight. It is surrounded by dense vegetation and limestone formations. The formation of I Lake is related to its geology. The position where the lake water is missing is a patch of limestone. Limestone is a type of stone that is easily dissolved by acidic water. When it rains, rainwater seeps underground and comes into contact with the limestone. This will gradually dissolve the limestone. Over time, some underground caves collapse because the top stones cannot support them. It formed depressions or pits on the surface. These depressions or pits were later filled by underground water. Eventually, they formed the lake shapes we see, resembling eyes. Number 9. Blue Volcano. Ijen Volcano is located on East Java Island, Indonesia. It is a famous active volcano. The elevation of the volcano is approximately 2,799 meters. The lake in the crater is one of the largest strong acid lakes in the world. Additionally, the most remarkable feature of Mount Ijen is the blue flames found here. At dusk, you will witness the unique sight of blue flames. This is due to sulfur gas seeping out of the cracks in the volcano. When it encounters air, it ignites and burns. Moreover, the temperature is extremely high. It can reach over 600 degrees. You can feel the intense heat waves from far away. These flames can sometimes reach several meters high. It's as if blue fire dragons are dancing at the volcano's mouth. The color of the flames ranges from light blue to dark blue. With the blowing of the wind and the changes in gas concentration, they constantly flicker and jump. Additionally, this is also a sulfur mining area. Many workers do this to make a living. They carry out highly dangerous work nearby. They use simple tools to extract sulfur blocks from the volcanic crater. They then pack them into baskets. Each load weighs between 70 to 90 kilograms. Then they transport the sulfur blocks down the steep mountain path. This work is not easy. It is also accompanied by the dangers of high temperatures and toxic gases. 8th place. White Sands National Park. Located in New Mexico, USA, there is a place called White Sands National Park. This is the largest gypsum desert in the world. It gives a sense of being in a snowy landscape. Millions of years ago, this used to be a shallow sea. After the seawater evaporated, a large amount of gypsum was left behind. With tectonic movements, the gypsum alkali beds were exposed to the surface. The wind blew these gypsum fragments away, forming countless tiny sand grains. Eventually, they piled up to create a vast white desert. What's needed is, gypsum is a soft form of calcium sulfate. It generally dissolves and it comes into contact with water. However, due to the special dry climate and the open terrain here, There's only 25 centimeters of rainfall each year, and an extremely hot environment. The high temperatures and low humidity coexist. This unique material is able to accumulate here. It is a very rare phenomenon. 7th place. Root bridges. In Meghalaya, India, there is a very unique type of bridge, called root bridges. These bridges are not made of stone, steel, or concrete. Instead, they are formed naturally from the roots of rubber trees. These bridges are not built in a single attempt, but are a process of continuous growth. Local residents skillfully guide the roots of the rubber trees to grow toward the rivers or streams. They use tree bark, bamboo, or other materials as support to allow the branches to cross the water. As time goes by, they mark the paths. The roots will naturally weave together, forming a strong mesh structure. After some time, as the root system becomes thicker, the surface of the bridge will also become more even and stable. Bridges made in this way are very wide and sturdy, able to support the weight of multiple people. Even during the rainy season when the river rises, it remains stable. Some of these bridges are even double-decker. This double-decker structure is made up of root bridges that are independent of each other. One layer is positioned above the other. Pedestrians walk on top. There is a unique aesthetic to it. Additionally, local residents regularly check and adjust the growth direction of the roots. This ensures the stability and safety of the bridge. They also trim or redirect some roots to optimize the structure and function of the bridge. Number 6. Hengi Waterfall. It is located in eastern Iceland. The total height of the waterfall is about 128 meters. This waterfall has some unique features. First, most waterfalls are located in forests, surrounded by various vegetation. However, Hengi Falls is surrounded by high ground, with no trees at all. This kind of scenery has a unique beauty. Next, the cliffs around the waterfall feature red and black stripes. These are formed by different layers of volcanic and red clay. These stripes give a layered and rich feeling. They look truly spectacular. The water from the waterfall falls from a great height, forming a vibrant stream. It sparkles in the sunlight and is very beautiful. 5th place. Avenue of the Baobabs. In western Madagascar, there is a famous dirt road called Avenue of the Baobabs. Alongside it stand enormous baobab trees. These trees have a smooth cylindrical shape, with rough textures and wrinkles on the surface. Each tree can reach a diameter of about 3 meters, or even wider. Their height generally ranges from 20 to 30 meters. These trees are arranged along the dirt road on the rainy side. They form a spectacular tree-lined avenue. Baobab trees are a type of tree that can adapt to dry, poor soils. Their trunks can store large amounts of moisture. This helps them survive during dry seasons. This is also one reason why their trunks are so thick. The growth rate of the baobab tree is relatively slow, but it has a very long lifespan. Generally, it can live for 500 to 800 years. There are even records of some living up to 2,000 years. These gigantic trees are regarded as living fossils of nature. They have witnessed centuries of wind, frost, rain, and snow. 4th place. Wave Valley. The Wave is a natural wonder located in Arizona, USA. It looks like a sea of wavy stone, layer upon layer. The stone here is primarily Navajo sandstone. It is an ancient rock formed about 190 million years ago during the Jurassic period. After millions of years of wind and rain, these sands have been slowly sculpted into streamlined shapes. The surface of the stone is very smooth, with various different textures. The colors of the Wave Valley stones are rich. They range from deep red to light yellow. These colors are determined by the different materials in the stones. The Wave Valley is a very unique and rare geological landscape. Due to its special geological structure and fragile ecosystem, the local government has restricted the number of visitors to the Wave Valley each day. Only 20 people are allowed to enter per day. 3rd place. Benagil Sea Cave. The Benagil Sea Cave is a natural attraction in Portugal, and one of the most unique sea caves in the world. The highest point of the cave reaches 25 meters. The widest part inside is about 40 meters. The cave's exterior resembles a massive natural arch. There is a circular opening at the top. The sunlight entering through the opening forms a beautiful beam of light, illuminating the entire interior of the cave. Inside the cave, there is a small sandy area, surrounded by high walls, creating a secret and tranquil space. The sand on the beach is fine and soft, with tall walls all around, giving a feeling of being embraced by nature. Here, you can feel the sea breeze gently blowing, and hear the sound of waves crashing against the wall. It feels like being in a secluded natural paradise. However, getting here requires quite a bit of effort, because the cave is surrounded by rocks, creating an isolated environment with the surrounding sand. You must rely on boats to get there. This means you'll need to spend money to rent a boat. Second place, Nika Mine. In Chihuahua, Mexico, there's a well called the Nika Mine. It was originally a lead, zinc, and silver mining site, but in 2000, workers accidentally discovered a magical cave filled with giant crystals. These crystals are primarily composed of gypsum. They formed over a long period through the dissolution of gypsum in groundwater. The largest ones measure up to 11 meters in length, with the heaviest exceeding 55. The gypsum crystals inside the cave look stunning. But the extreme environment inside the cave is truly unbearable. Temperatures can reach up to 58 degrees Celsius, and the humidity can reach 100%. Without protective gear, a regular person would begin to show signs of heatstroke after about 10 minutes inside. Researchers entering the cave need to wear special cooling suits. They also have to carry heavy air cooling devices on their backs. The scientists discovered the gypsum crystals in this cave grow at a very slow rate. They only increase by about 0.1 millimeters each year. That is to say, the giant crystals we see here actually formed hundreds of thousands or even millions of years ago. Additionally, the water samples collected by scientists in the cave show that the water here contains a large number of viruses. The number of viruses in a drop of water can reach up to 200 million. If accidentally ingested, the consequences are unimaginable. First place, Mauritius Underwater Waterfall. It is a stunning natural wonder. It's called the underwater waterfall. When you overlook it from the air, the color of the sea is a deep blue, almost like dark hair. It looks as if there's a huge waterfall beneath the sea. The water seems to flow down from a great height. However, there isn't actually a waterfall underwater. It's entirely due to an optical illusion. This effect is caused by the topography of the seabed. In areas close to the shore, the water is shallow, so the color of the sea appears lighter as well. The water is deeper in areas further away from the shore, so the color of the sea will also appear deeper. At the same time, the sand and silt in this area slowly move along the seabed, sliding down the slope. This also enhances this visual effect. Alright. That concludes the content I wanted to share with you this time. What do you think about these 15 mysterious places? Feel free to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you won't miss out on more interesting content. See you in the next episode.